It started.
Krishna, Vyapaka, Haribo.
Haribo, there's a nice face on the screen here.
Oh, you're not looking at mine, surely.
You're too humble. How you doing, Ramanuja Prabhu?
Good.
Yeah. Are we just the two of us? I see other people's faces. I've never used Zoom before.
No, there's a few there.
Yeah?
There's a few there.
Yeah, yeah. Can the others hear us?
I don't know if I'm on mute or not. This is Sally.
Oh, hi, Sally. I got it. I got you now.
Okay. So I need to mute myself though, right?
Is that what you're
Yes.
supposed to do? Yeah?
I think,
Yeah.
yeah. So we're not all talking at once.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll mute myself too then.
Well, you probably need to talk to everybody. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and mute.
Okay. Is Pacharatna coming to take care of the MC thing, or?
I'm here online. You can't see me.
Oh no, I can.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll mute then and leave it to you. But you got the whole clan there.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see who we've got. We'll just go through. We're here. Janardan's here. Trivikram. Oh, Craig's online. Nice to see. Mahasrnga Prabhu's brother in America. Deepti, Dhananjay. Oops. Guide Lakshmi Priya Devi Dasi Ramanuja. Sally, Ramanuja's sister from America. Vineet. Vyapaka, Virinda Kedia, Dale. Dale is Maha's old friend there's a photograph coming, his old school friend. And after COVID, he was planning to come and visit Maha. They've been friends since like 4 years old. Dinesh, an iPhone, we don't know who that is, just the iPhone. And Sri Ganganaga, Ganalada Prabhu, Jiraradi Prabhu, Kate, the Sringacharan Prabhu, Neeraj Rati, Panchagoda, Radhika Cultural Society, Savadrik Prabhu, and Shanti Nimai, Sunitya, and Vishwambar Guru Das. Very nice. So there's a feature at the bottom of your screen. If you take your mouse down towards the bottom, then a pop-up comes at the bottom and it says reactions. Participants, chat, share screen, record, and reactions. If you click that, then there's a feature says raise your hand. So if you'd like to speak something, if you click raise hand, and we'll know who wants to say, and then we can go through one by one. Oh, Mandapa's here also. Very good. He's got his hand up first. Oh, very nice. Jagatrine. Ateki muted us all, so I got muted. We have a slideshow. We'll try and show half the screen with the slideshow and half the screen with whoever's speaking. So Keshav is here online. He's taking care. Keshav, can you work out and share the slideshow? We've got Maha's pics from his childhood right through to his last days. You online, Keshav? Can you hear me? Here we go. Okay. And Keshav, when the speaker starts speaking, then we'll see the speaker's face, right? Please unmute, Keshav. We can hear you. Okay. So his face will be visible just small like this. We can't see a bigger picture of whoever's speaking. Okay, so in the screen, the speaker will come at the top. All right. All right. All right. All right. So we can start because Mandapa Prabhu had his hand up first. So let's hear from Mandapa Prabhu. He's Maha's old friend who's now living in Australia, from Australia, living in Australia. And his wife, Jagatrina. So you can unmute Mandapa Prabhu and you've got the floor. Yeah, still muted. It's still on mute.
Yeah.
I'm going to read this because my husband's got a problem with his voice.
Nice, very nice.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so dear Maha, we first met you when you had those saffron robes, when you were wearing those saffron robes and we were gallivanting around Oz on your tour down under. But it was for Gauranga's pleasure, not yours. We were impressed with your preaching spirit. The all-American boy from Michigan was gathering recruits left and right. You stayed quite some months and people loved your style. It was brash and upfront and attracted many souls. You were always extending yourself as present. You were always presenting yourself to present Krishna consciousness and were a real Prabhupada man, especially when confronted with certain issues. Maha, we are already missing you since you snuck out and look forward to seeing you again. Your servants Jagatpriya and Mandapadas.
Jai Maha.
Jai Maha. Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. All right, then next we've got Ramanuja Prabhu from New Zealand. Must be very late night over there. He wanted to speak next. Keshav, what happened with the slideshow? We ended up with something else. It's not scrolling through. Not automatically scrolling. Okay. All right, Ramanuja Prabhu, please unmute. You've got the floor.
Can you hear me? Can you
Hello?
hear me?
Uh,
Yes.
yeah, your voice is not very clear, but we can hear you.
Okay, how's that?
Yeah, that's good.
Got many stories of Maha, probably about 3.5 decades worth. So I was backing my brain to think of something more relevant. And what comes to mind is a couple of incidents back in Australia about the mid-80s. As some of you know, Maha did a couple of tours through the Australian Yatra just prior to and during it. some turbulent times back then. And he was instrumental in helping both Mahasrnga and myself jump off the sinking ship, which was the Australian Yatra at that time, and got us with service in Mayapur during the later part of the 80s, where we were both involved in helping with the construction of Srila Prabhupada's Samadhi Mandir. So we owe him, well, I speak for myself, but I'm sure Mahasrnga will agree that we owe him that huge debt for helping us there. And they were turbulent times. Many of you already know that. But one story in particular, I think it really shows Maha's character. We were invited to a preaching program at a school. It was a prestigious girls' high school, college in Adelaide, Catholic school, girls from about 12 or 13 up to 17, 18, 19 years old. So we went this particular morning, got to this auditorium. It was huge. There was at least 2,000 staff and girls in this auditorium. And it was a well-to-do establishment. So huge stage, very high, very deep, very long. And there was just the two of us. We did a short kirtan, 5 minutes. And then Maha, of course, got the mic and off he went for about 40, 45 minutes. And during the course of that, we felt that there was something wasn't right. Everybody was cold, everybody was stiff and really non-receptive. So at the end of Maha's speech, 2 or 3 girls, 1 staff asked questions, straightforward, simple questions. And then 1 girl near the front, she said to Maha, I want to ask him a question directed at me. So I stood up, walked over, Maha gave me the mic, and I said, okay, fire away. And her question was, are all Hare Krishnas homosexuals? And that just caught me. That just came from left field. So I'll pause here for a second and give some background information. There was a particular man in Australia at that time. He was well known. His name was Mike Willisey. He had a program every evening, 7 o'clock, nationwide, millions would watch. Very, very popular. He did not like us and often set his cameras up in the streets to catch the Hare Krishnas in sometimes compromising situations. So he was always after us. So this particular program, the night before, nationwide, millions of people saw it, was the expose on Above and Under at the time. Myself and Maha were unaware of that at the time. So back to the program, she asked me this question, are we all that way? And I was gobsmacked. I couldn't form words because it came from left field, wasn't expected. There was an audience, a couple of thousand women, and I couldn't speak. I didn't know what to say. It just caught me right off guard. So after what seemed an eternity, Maha walked over, grabbed the microphone, and proceeded to answer the girl's question, after which there was many directed at him from students and staff. And within about 5 to 10 minutes, Maha had everybody in raptures. They were laughing, they were clapping. And when he finished, maybe 15, 20 minutes later, we had a standing ovation. The whole school was on its feet, clapping. And that, I think, really, at least me, and hopefully from this story others, really exemplified the character and the hold that Maha would have over an audience. And especially, as you may remember, in his younger days, he was tall, he was a good-looking guy, and he was very, very popular with the ladies. So he won this huge, doubtful audience over. And we were invited back again anytime we wanted. And after that program, we were down on the floor and people came around him, and it was like perhaps somebody like one of the Beatles or one of the Rolling Stones. There was women and girls all around him asking for his autograph. And of course, he duly obliged. And then in the car on the way home, he turned, as we were driving out of the school, he turned around and he said, "Ramanuja, that's how we do it." And I just started laughing and I said, "Mate, that's not how we do it. That's how you do it." So, Mahasrnga, dear friend, now gone, leaves a hole in the heart. So, Mahasrnga Prabhu, Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada, Ki Jai.
Very nice. Thank you, Ramanuja. Nice to hear such an intimate story. It's a fact, actually. It's just due to Maha's persistence that we both ended up in India. Otherwise, we were struggling to leave Australia and move to India, but no one would allow, no permission. But somehow or other, by his tenacity, things sort of fell in place, and then finally we ended up moving to Mayapur. So we definitely owe him that.
Yeah, he plucked us out and saved us.
Even got banned for 6 months from the Australian Yatra, stealing
He
all
sure
our
did.
men.
He wasn't, the devotees liked him, but the leadership, oh, no.
I hope you're all enjoying the slideshow on the left. Getting enough time to see the pictures and go through reading this brahmachari when he was temple president in Bangalore, 81 to 84. So Maha's sister is here, Sally, online, and we've been in touch with her. First, we got in touch with her from Vyapaka Prabhu. So maybe she would like to speak next. Need to unmute now. And if you've already spoken, please then take your hand down. Go down to the bottom and withdraw your hand. You're still muted, Sally.
Unmute.
Okay, yeah, now you're unmuted, yes.
I'm on. Okay.
Yep, we've got it.
Okay. Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you and hear you.
Okay. Okay. As Pancharata said, I'm Sally Crawford Breaker, Maha, aka Mike's younger sister. Many of you know him, knew him after he became Mahasrnga Dasa, so you may not know much about his former life. He was born on August 24th, 1946 in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and he attended Wyoming public schools in Wyoming, Michigan. He graduated from Rogers High School, got married, studied computer programming, and landed a job at Sunkist in California, which was really a good job, and right out of computer programming school. But eventually he became restless and was searching for something that would make sense to his life. So he sold everything he had and embarked on a hitchhiking journey that would take him across the US. Along the way, he met some Krishna followers, and the rest, as they say, is history. This made sense to him, and he has been devout ever since. I think he joined the Krishna family around 1973 or 1974. And I was lucky to have been born on his 6th birthday. We share the same birthday. What a birthday gift for him, a little sister to torment. But in actuality, we got along pretty well. After I moved to Greensboro, North Carolina in 1994, Maha lived in Sandy Ridge, North Carolina, and I saw him more often. I remember when Mom and Dad and I visited him there and saw him plowing the field with oxen, and we thought it was quite funny to actually see him working. But at the same time, he was a hustler and a wise guy, and everyone has mentioned how funny and quick-witted he was, and that was his charm that got him far in life and why he was well-liked. He also got to travel the world and landed at many different Krishna temples. My younger brother Craig visited him a few times at the temples. Whenever he did get to see him, when he visited, he would always come bearing Krishna gifts. He lived his life in his own way and touched many other lives along the way. We may not have always been on the same page philosophically, but I had to respect his convictions to his goals. So, dear brother, my heart is sad that you're no longer with us and now will no longer banter relentlessly with us. While this was sometimes annoying, I wish it were possible now. It was so hilarious to see you and Dad and Craig throw your humor and wit around when you were together. I realized you had another family of Christian devotees in among them. I know you were loved by them as much as we loved you, and that is a comfort to know. You always moved to the beat of a different drum and were devout in your convictions, and to that you have to be admired. I have many fun and fond memories of joking around and trying to outwit one another. We may not have always agreed, but it was never done in anger, nor did we lose sight of common sibling love. I know you wanted to go and were tired and ready to leave, and I'm comforted that you were taken care of and were as comfortable as possible. And a thank you and nod to your good friends. Rest in peace, dear brother. I know you are where you wanted to be in your spiritual journey. Fly high, you shall be missed. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. We're very happy that both you and Craig could join this meeting. I know it's very early morning there in America.
Yeah. I will unmute. I will mute. And Mary.
Muted too quick. You muted too quick. We missed that last part.
I said my sister Mary never could figure out the Zoom, so hopefully she can see this on YouTube.
Yeah, we're putting it on YouTube.
Okay, thank you.
You want to speak? Okay. My daughter and son, they also have something they wanted to just read out. I don't know how well she'll do. So this is my second daughter, Ashita. I'm going to read something. Just test the voice. Can I hear you?
Hare Krishna.
Can you hear?